Today is a new day to start again. Take each moment one by one and do the best you can. Yesterday doesn't matter, it only serves as a ladder. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed, so make your plans accordingly. Today is a new day to start again. Take each moment one by one and do the best you can. Grand Rising, today is a new day to start again. It is 5/8/2025. Let's get into my bell. Little 3-bang. Got my rock. Be honest with me. Can you tell that I'm not high? I didn't smoke any weed. I haven't smoked any weed for a little bit now. I've been trying to wean myself off just to kind of get myself back to normal again. I've been dealing with spider bites. I have one on my elbow that really hurt. And what's weird is I had another one that was down here on my lower back that happened about 2 or 3 months ago, and it seems to have activated. I don't remember getting bit there again. And this one bit, and it seems like it activated the other old one. Anyways, my stomach has been torn up, and I think it's dealing with the venom of the spider or whatever's going on with the infection on both spider bites that I have. I hate it because you can feel them, and I'm like trying to improve and all this, but it's like this nagging thing that keeps. So now I feel like I'm just waiting for this venom to get out of my system so I can move forward again. But I think I should probably be trying to actively. I've been listening to this. One of my content creators that I listen to quite a bit had somebody on talking about health and the idea of how powerful our mind is whenever we're dealing with our own personal health and how much of an influence that has on our body recuperating and doing better. So I've actually been stone sober today, thinking about things that I normally have been thinking about while I've been high. So it is different. And I have a little bit of an ego that thinks that I can change things in this world. So as I am not smoking my marijuana and I'm sober and I'm thinking about the same things I was thinking about while I was marijuana'd up, I feel more determined to try to help. So it's probably not a good thing. The marijuana helps neuter me, keeps me a little less involved. Who is this? Is this Bodie or is this Sassy? I think it's Sassy. Sassy, come here. Yeah, there's Sassy. Come here. You want to say hi to the camera? Come here. She's gotten up on bed. So it's a new thing for me now. I get to watch Bodie and this one try to learn each other and deal with each other. She's very acceptable. Come here. Oh, she's trying. She's thinking about it. Come here. You want to get on camera? You want to say hello to the world? Yeah? She's very cute. She's much smaller. So if Bodie ate 4 cats, it would be about that size. Come here. Oh, she's just a little. She's just a little. She's not a kitten. She's, I think, about 2 years old. But she's been through it. Very soft. All right. Let's stay on course. I don't think she's going to come over here. You're going to cry, talk a little bit while I'm doing this. You might make me famous. You're very pretty. Bodie's not a fan, though. She is hissing at Sass. So this little cat's name, it's a gray cat with some white, and she's got 4 socks, 4 white socks. I really like the 4 white socks. And she is very active. She's not jumpy. She doesn't really jump much, but she's running around, learning the place pretty well. I was a little concerned at first that I might have to take her back because Bodie has been very upset about the whole situation. But I feel like we are moving along, and Bodie's starting to accept it. She would probably, this cat, if Bodie wasn't here, would definitely be on me right now. I'm sure of it. But she's trying to be respectful to Bodie as well. It's my diet program for Bodie because Bodie has gotten very big. She's a large girl. And she needs to start having to run around a little bit. And she probably needs some competition for the food that I'm putting out because now there's 2 bowls and Bodie's really trying to claim both. I have noticed that Bodie was kind of standing in front or staying in an eyesight of the food bowls. And she's allowed Sassy to get in there. This is a lot of talk about these cats. If you don't have cats, you probably won't enjoy it. And spider bites. I've had a really engaging video so far. So today is Thursday. I got an 8-hour day today. I went to a new store here. I'm at a cash and carry store. There's so much to do that if I wanted to, I could really dive into it. So I've been trying to take it a little bit at a time, make little small changes. I want to help and I want to sell well. I might be forcing this video a little bit. I wasn't that excited about doing it, but I think I should do these when I'm sober so that everybody can see the difference between me so that they can know that I have great potential. People don't want me to be sober because I'm going to be way too active in this world, and I don't think people really want that. I want to make sure I do the things I was going to do while I was high, while I'm sober. So that's a big thing. Still take spiritual baths. It's not just because I got baked. The meditation is really important. Doing meditation sober is way gratifying. And stretching is also very good. All of it's better sober, really. The marijuana allows me to reduce my anxiety, I think, is one of the biggest things that it does for me. But it's really more of placating my injustice to the world to allow myself the luxury of something that is a little bit taboo for other people and be like, yo, I'm doing this because that's been a rough run for me and it's the best course of action I've found. But I don't need it. It's really important to explain that. Just because I'm using it doesn't mean that I need it. I just enjoy it better than without it. But it's not something that is necessary at all. In fact, life is probably better without it. What I've been talking to Bodhi about is embrace change. Embrace the fact that you don't have it and work on the things that will be good for you to work on now that you're not on it. Look at the positive. Focus on the good of the change. Help with transition. Be helpful. Don't talk about what was better. It's a new day. Don't talk about the things that you gained from whatever you were doing if you can't do it anymore. There's no reason to. Work on the things that you can do now that are better. If you are somebody that likes to shovel snow, after the snow melts, learn how to mow grass. Some people like to tell you, I told you so, when you weren't even listening to them in the first place. Like you were going one way and they said, hey, don't go that way. You shouldn't go that way. And you're not even listening to them and they fade away and you're still going the wrong way according to them. Who cares? Bodhi is guarding the food. That's what she's been doing. And I almost called her a fat ASS in talking about the descriptive of this, but that's what I'm trying to say. This is going to help Bodhi reduce her FATASS-ness. So what we're going to try to do is just work on the improvements, not getting skinny, but improving and living a better lifestyle. Because she needs to be able to get up and down, and if that belly gets much bigger, she's going to really have a hard time getting up onto some things, probably down too. So it's important. So Sassy's, although Bodhi doesn't like Sassy right now, I think over time, as Sassy's jumping around, and Bodhi's like, well, I can do that too, I think that there might be some actual improvements. But the funny part about Sassy is she don't care. She's not listening to Bodhi or paying attention to Bodhi. She's out there, and every time she walks by, Bodhi's like, and she's like, what's your problem, bro? That's what I feel like Sassy keeps saying. I want to make sure I do the things. Oh, I already did this part. Oh, I know I didn't. Oh, yeah, I did. Keep cleaning. I'm going to keep cleaning more. I'm going to become more productive with cleaning, I think, being sober. I don't think sober is the best terminology for it, but whatever. What I've been talking to Bodhi, where I did all this positive change, what's going on, 4-4. Nobody cares what I'm saying. What I want my girls to know is that I'm doing fine. I'm planning this trip to see them again. I'm literally going to be riding on a bus. I'm going to have Uber to get me back and forth. I'm going to rent a bike. I'm not going to have very much money to give gifts. And, I'm going to present myself well, though. I want my daughters to know I want to show up. I think the whole graduation thing's kind of silly. Like, my parents didn't even show up for my graduation. And I still hold that today. I'm like, you guys didn't even show to my graduation. And it was pretty much a miracle that I graduated from high school, honestly. They kind of pushed me through. I don't even think I should have graduated according to the rules. But they were just like, we don't want to deal with this guy for another year. So get him out so the other kids can learn. It's too bad they didn't have a better dad, is what I think that they're going to hear some. There's Sassy. But they get to determine whether they had a good dad or not, I think. The other thing that they'll hear is their mom did their best considering. And that's okay, too. She has probably done her best. I stand before God amongst all the Snickers and say, I did my best. So I really am not too upset about it. I just want my girls to not have to deal with the consequences of my actions. But unfortunately, we have to deal with the consequences of our parents and our grandparents and everyone that came before us. The baby boomers, they really screwed things up, didn't they? The best generation, they call it the greatest generation. Our grandfathers, they survived through the Great Depression, stood in food lines and went to war, came back, preserved freedom, destroyed the number one most evil person ever to grace this world or be in this world of Hitler, stopped genocide, and they went back to the factories and like good Americans got in there and put their hat on. But honestly, these same people that were that, they had their entire, they lived a pretty good life after that, right? I mean, most people would say the 50s and the 60s, like the whole situation, the Leave It to Beaver kind of atmosphere that they tried to portray after the war, after America won. It was awesome. We had flags and we were carrying milk from house to house, and it was pretty amazing. We had refrigerators and microwave ovens. So, yeah, I mean, I just think it's a misinterpretation of what really happened. We've been whitewashed for sure. I'm doing my best right now. The one thing is, the graduation is set up on Memorial Day weekend, which is one of the highest earning weekends of the year for a retail outlet salesperson. In fact, I would guess that even with it, a large portion of my income would be, it used to be President's Day and Memorial Day. President's Day was really big, and Memorial Day sometimes fell flat. But the opportunity for Memorial Day, the thing about these holidays is, it's not necessarily, sometimes you don't always hit right on the holiday. Sometimes you pick up a lot of sales that happen the week after or the week before. But typically, it's still a big month. And if you miss the opportunity during that weekend, you're really hurting your income. And I need income right now. It's a big deal. I've had a transition where I've switched from one store to another store. I'm trying to move my life forward. And I have to actually take the entire weekend off because I need to show up for my daughter's graduation because she wants me there. But more importantly, all the people that are around her that would say something if I wasn't there, it would be such a big influence on her time of being able to enjoy that time for herself. So it's definitely not anything I want to take away from. So I'm going to make it to it. And I'm not trying to say anything other than it's the sacrifices that we make. People try to make things out to be so easy. You'll hear guys be like, you couldn't stop me from getting to my daughter's graduation because I'm a good dad and I'm going to be the best goddamn dad ever been there. And these women will be like, see that man? He came to her daughter's wedding and look at him standing there and he's been doing a great job. But at the same time, he just gave up 10%, 15% of his income for the year to do it. which is going to put him in a month or so when they're going to be saying, how come he ain't got no money and he's falling on his face? Because he did that. I mean, but nobody wants to listen to any of that. They just want you to be there for the moments that you're supposed to be there. And, you know, it's all for show most of the time. Being a dad or being a mom isn't about some kind of a mark that you check off. It's about when the kid goes to bed at night and they think about you. What do they think about? If they think about you at all. We live in this amazing society. As long as you have an accepted chip card, a credit card, and a smartphone, you can manage your life without a vehicle, a home, or even really a job. Because there's so many things that you can subcontract now using your phone. There's so many different platforms that you could actually make income without the use of anything other than your phone and a little bit of labor. Some of my best moments in my life are after I got knocked down, reassessed, got up, put my game face on, and a little hidden smile that nobody saw, what they don't know. I can stand here all day long. Like I've been putting a lot of effort into my posture and my core, and I can stand places for a really long time and not look like I'm even bothered about it. So that's a problem for people. Let's just work around him while I change everything, because everybody's got to work around me. That's kind of what Sassy is doing right now. It's not that Bodhi is bad. It's that Sassy is just young and wants to learn and not necessarily be taught. So she's just walking around, listening, learning, taking advice. What's important to remember when you're taking advice, when you're in difficult circumstances and you're looking for help and answers, even from God, is to remember that nobody is you. You are the only one that is you. So you are the expert of your own life. And you are the one that has to take the rewards and consequences from what happens in your life. And that's caused by the decisions that you make. Whether they're influenced by others or not, you still have the final say. In the end, you have to decide whether you want to deal with, and I'll get into that in a minute. But I'm doing my best right now. Memorial Day weekend, graduation. I'm barely making ends meet. I've been making enough money to be able to do things, and I've been really working on my ability to strategically use my money to keep my self-esteem, but also keep stuff back so that I can handle difficulties. The self-doubt, the uncertainty. Can I make enough to survive? Is this sustainable? Can I build a life? None of these questions have really been answered. As I said, we live in an amazing society. Sometimes you want to listen to the experts because you need advice, but you are the expert in your life. If I have to make a choice between logic, so logic is what I say is your full awareness. Like you take everything into account that you could possibly take into making a decision intellectually. From everything that you can see in front of you and everything that you've learned in your past and everything that you think about possibly could happen moving forward as far as probabilities. But then there's this intuition, which is what I call the instinctual stuff. It's the reason why birds fly a certain way, how animals know. And I think it's the instinctual stuff. It's just embedded in us. And I say living with intuition is much more gratifying and less prone to second guessing. Sometimes you go with intuition and against logic. And it can be very difficult to do that because you're going against your own conscience sometimes. But what I would say is it's less stressful in the end if you give it to God, if you want to say that, if you give it to this intuition. But the stress we carry, I argue, is the most important consideration, because that stress is what kills you. So if you're carrying remorse or second guessing yourself after you've already made decisions, that's the stuff that drags to you the most. I think once you make a decision, the best thing you can do is just boom, and go. You can go back and look later if you want to, but while you're still in this, it's no time to be worrying about what could have been. It's over. That's gone. Let's go. Let's do what can be. Let's Just think about that. No matter how important what could have been is, it's over. You can't be it anymore. It can't be. So whatever is new is what you need to go into. So Bodhi needs to accept that this sassy girl is going to be running around here, and she needs to figure out how she needs to adjust. That doesn't mean that you don't put your own stake into things, like stand in the middle of the room if you feel like you're supposed to be in the middle of the room and everybody else is walking around and trying to push you around. You're like, no, I'm going to come right here and I'm going to sit here. And that's kind of what Bodhi's been doing. Balance, awareness of moment, be awareness of the moment that you're in. Use all attainable information at the time, but let it fly. Be bold, be beautiful, be fearless. Let it go. Fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirits carry me. 20 minutes. Today is a new day to start again. Take each moment one by one and do the best you can. Yesterday doesn't matter. It only serves as a ladder. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed, so make your plans accordingly. Today is a new day to start again. Take each moment one by one and do the best you can. Grand Rising. I am trying my best. Hey! I'm not high. I don't know how to say this other than you don't need anything really. Like if you're basing your life around any one central thing and you think that's the most important thing in your life and you take that away, whatever it is, there's always something else. I know that it can make it like seem like you need everything that's in front of you that you currently have, but you will be surprised when you take the most favorite thing that you can possibly have in this world and you take it away. There's still a beautiful world around you. There's still beautiful things that you can embark on. And sometimes because I think what happens personally, sometimes we get our life so perfect and we are so content and it is so beautiful that whatever happens in this universe, it's like there's more to it. And you're never going to experience that if it's not disrupted. And sometimes that has to be in a tragic way. And it can be awful. But in the end, because you're able to experience both, it makes both more beautiful. I think that's really what it comes down to. So I hope everybody has a great day out there. I am enjoying doing these videos. I really like dropping them and not looking at them again. I've been picking up a few likes. I got 3 likes on my last one and like 12 views, and none of them are mine. So that's kind of cool. I'm just leaving it empty out there, and anybody that pokes along and runs into New Day to Start, you'll see me, and hopefully I'm still kicking and trying my best, and that can be an inspiration for someone out there that might be struggling and having a hard time finding their way through. There's always light. Have an awesome day out there. Do great, be grateful. Whatever you have, give it.